Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O, and I screwed it up last night, and I'm going to tell you about it today. So if you're new here, you may want to hang on and let me know if you've done this before. I've been doing Uber for a while, and I've never done this before, but it backfired on me, and it's costing me today. So if you're new here, hang on to the end of the video and let me know if this has happened to you. You can ring the bell, do the thumbs up. That's a biggie. Subscribe. Again, we're trying to get this channel to 3,000 freaking subscribers. I cannot believe it. I've mentioned that in quite a few videos, but here's what I did. Last night or yesterday, Daddy-O put in a long day. He was working it. And last night I signed off for a little while, then I come back out a little later and worked it a little bit. But when Daddy-O signed off last night, he forgot to do something. Sign off. All right, so my app ran all night long. This morning I come out, I did a restart on my phone like I normally do to get all my apps reset and all that kind of stuff. I did my reset, went and signed on Uber this morning, and it says I only had 2 hours left to Uber this morning. I had worked my limit. All right, so I started chatting back and forth with Uber on the chat on the app, and they let me know on the app that there's nothing they could do about it, that I was going to have to wait 6 hours before I can sign back on the Uber. So Daddy-O is doing a couple videos today. He's doing a little bit of this. But look, if you remember to sign off, it'll bite you in the butt because you can't work once you've done your 12 hours consistent online time. And I did that off and on. I signed off for a period of time yesterday, come back, got back on it again. Wasn't paying attention last night when I went to go home. And I just forgot to close the app down, and it sat there. I had the volume turned down. I didn't hear anything coming in last night, and so I ran up my hours, so it bit me in the butt. And it can cost you because you can't go to work the next day. All right, so yes, that happens. Now, I'm going to address a comment, another one of those kind of comments today. I've already addressed it or answered them back with a complete answer. I'm hoping that answers their questions. But yeah, there's been some comments that have come in, and this one here is a typical. It shows me when I explain things or try to explain things. Now, understand this. Sometimes I will start talking in the beginning of a video about a subject, and then I'll get more into it towards the end of the video. And that's why I ask people, before you comment, watch to the end of the video, because sometimes I'm going to answer your questions in the video. Just hang on, all right? Let me know if I don't. I will get you an answer if I can, all right? So this is the typical thing. And it's one of those comments where people, I do an Uber rental, all right? I've told you countless times on here why, the reasons, the benefits, the deductions, all of that kind of stuff. So this is one of those, now I'm just going to briefly highlight what happened here. It's one of those things that says most cars can easily do 200,000 to 300,000 miles. See, I swap out every so often. They can do that, and the amount of money that I'm paying a year, how much it's costing me, their number was $16,000 a year, and you're putting 200 miles a day on a vehicle. That's 73,000. I mean, they broke it all down. That's the kind of comments I get on here. They're comical. They're funny to me because it just shows me that people that comment like this only do Uber the Uber way, the old way, the way that Uber wants you to go do it. Get you in a beater car and go do it. They don't care. They just want people picked up and money coming into the bank account. So they don't really care as long as it fits the parameters they set at how old your vehicle can be and blah, 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 and you've got insurance and blah. As long as you meet those parameters, you can pretty much drive whatever you want to. All right? I've seen the vehicles out here. They're doing it. I've told you stories on here about it before, about the one that time that was the back door was gray taped on, holding the door onto the car, doing Uber. I see these things out here. So Uber really doesn't know. They're not monitoring what your vehicle looks like, the condition of it. Does it meet the how old it is? Does it meet those requirements? That's all they really care about. So when I get comments from people saying, hey, 200, 300,000 miles on a vehicle, blah, 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 blah. You're spending this much money. You're spending that much money. You're putting, come on. That's exactly why I don't do a personal car. 200, 300,000 miles. Okay? And I've told you, and I tried to explain it to this individual, that is a beater car. Beater cars, after they get to a point, they've been beat up enough. That's why they call them beater cars. They're not going to make you no tip money. And what does Daddy always say? What do you work for? You're working for tips. The fare is one thing. The tips is what you're working for. You stack them tips up. At the end of the day, my tip money more than pays for my rental fee each week. All right? Play the freaking game. That's why some people have a hard time understanding that. Yes, you can take any piece of junk car you want that Uber will let you get away with, and you go out and make money with it. Absolutely you can. You're going to make your fare money. You're not going to be making your tip money. You're going to be paying insurance on that vehicle. If you haven't told your insurance company, if you haven't told your finance company, if you haven't told those people, I've explained this in videos before. So when you get comments like this, that it's just again, but I can do this and I can do that. That just explains to me that that's an individual that doesn't care about, they just want to go out and make that $50, $75 a day. If that's what they're doing, because that's what you're going to do. Unless you're out really working it, that's what you're going to do. All right. But when you got a newer car, a rental car, something that's only a year old and you're driving up in that, you're going to make more tips if you're playing my games. I've done it for too freaking long. And that's what makes me laugh at stuff like this. When people just don't understand and haven't watched the entire video, and I explained that. I explained it, beater car, you need to watch more videos because you're not catching the whole thing. It's not just going and grabbing any kind of car you can get and going out and doing Uber. That's the old way of doing Uber. You're just going to make the fares. You're making fare money. Don't be coming to me and complaining, hey, I don't make no tips. What are you doing? What are you driving? How are you treating your customers? How are you treating your people? What does your vehicle look like on the inside? All of that adds up. And if you're wanting to make Uber or do Uber and make money or just get by or pay the bills, there's different ways. And I've explained that in so many videos before. There's so many ways to do Uber. All right? Which one are you? Are you one that's just going to go out with a beater car and make $75, $100 a day if you can? All right? Don't worry about the tips. Don't complain about them, all right? If that's what you're doing, I have had to do it myself. Back in the day before I realized I could rent a vehicle to go do Uber in and still do the high-end stuff I had done years ago, doing limos and party buses and all that kind of stuff. Once I learned that I could get a rental vehicle, and now I can play those games again, hey, let's make some money. That's what happens. All right? I'm not the only one. There are people on this channel. You can read comments on some of the videos. Now, the video this person was commenting on was actually the #1 video on this channel. I think it's at 40 or just under 50,000 views on this on this one. It's gotten me, I can't tell you how many subscribers on this one video. And this is the video the person responded to. It was a video talking about the benefits, the unlimited miles, insurance is included, roadside assistance included. That was the video from way back when, 5, 6 months ago? I don't even remember how long ago that was. That's the response I got from it, though, is someone still, because I'm sure I explained it in the video, not watching the entire video and getting the whole grasp of the concept of, look, yes, you can go out and grab you any kind of vehicle that you can finance or pay cash for. If it qualifies for Uber, you can go out today and start making money. All right? Just make sure let the insurance company know that you're doing Uber. Make sure you let the finance company, if you finance it, know that you're doing Uber, because you don't want to be out there driving it. I did a video, I think yesterday, the day before, about that subject. There are reasons why when you're doing that, you're actually playing a dangerous little game for yourself. And some people don't realize that insurance may not cover you if you're in accidents, and you may get your vehicle repoed. Not going to get on that video again. That was another video some time back. All right. But yeah, It's easy to make money doing Uber if you're doing it a certain way. Step it up. That's all I can say to people like this. Step it up. Get out there and do something. That's no way. If you're wanting to be, I don't know, maybe some people in their area of the country, I have to back this down a little bit. Maybe some people in some areas of the country are just having a hard time getting out and working it. I know the economy's all kind of screwed up for people. And that's why some people need to get out and do some Ubering to make that extra money. I can completely understand that. But don't look at it that way. Don't look at it as, hey, I can get 300,000 miles out of this vehicle. I got a LS460 Lexus right now that's on its second motor. It's on its second transmission. It's a V8. I ain't using that for Uber. All right. It's a great car. All right. It's got over 300,000 miles on it, but that vehicle will never ever be used for Uber. It was for a short period of time way back when, but it will never be used for Uber again. I'm not going to depreciate. I'm not going to abuse my vehicles when I've already said that during this period of time, I've had this one for the 8 months. It's already showing wear and tear. It's already showing wear and tear for those 8 simple months. And I turned down a lot of runs. You know that. I've talked about on this before. Don't worry about your acceptance rate. I turned down a lot of runs. All right. So I'm not abusing the vehicle, but still in that 8 months, I have loaded up hundreds of people. I can't tell you how much luggage in this vehicle, and it shows the wear and tear. Another year of this vehicle, I won't be making the tip money I'm making today because it's not going to cut the mustard I need it to cut. All right, I'm playing the big tip game, not the $2 tip game. Very rarely do I get a $2 tip. It's usually $3 for a $4 ride, or a lot of them. Yesterday I had a $20 tip, a $12 tip on a $4 ride. Play the game. I'm not going to get into that anyway. I tried not to. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Listen, don't worry about the little simple things. The drive time, pay attention to that because a bit daddy-o in the butt today. I can't go to work till after 3 o'clock this afternoon now, before those 6 hours of sign-off time will have occurred, and then I can get back on to Uber. So I'm going to be able to work this evening. So until then, I'm doing comments. I'm going to do a couple of videos today, maybe, because I got another channel I need to do some videos for. But anyway, enough of that. Daddy-o out. You guys have a good afternoon, good evening. Subscribe, ring the bell, do the thumbs up. Daddy-o a cup of coffee if you like. Bye.